I'm Chatman, I'm.
Sega.
And that's
Got
Icy.
us.
And welcome to our new series of Team Hobnob Discuss. In our first episode, we're going to be discussing about Animal Crossing New Leaf with our guest commentator.
Hey guys and girls, it's Emperix. I am here.
He is here to join us. And now, since we all got the game and we all play it, we're going to be chatting about it and telling you guys about the good things, the bad things, and some of the things that could be improved.
Or what we think and whatever the fuck.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty much.
Get the word fuck in a 3+ game discussion. Yeah.
Okay, we might as well start off how we all got it. Well, McDadis was the first one to get it.
Well, I got it on release pre-order Amazon. I don't know about you, Joe. Wait, what do you do?
Well, I've actually been playing Animal Crossing for some considerable time now. My first one was Wild World on the original DS. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, that was my first experience with Animal Crossing because that was the first time I'd heard of it,
Yeah.
and it just sort of grew from there. I didn't get City Folk for the Wii, so literally my only two experiences with Animal Crossing is Wild World and New Leaf.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair enough. So, how we got it, McDadis was playing it, and I just literally just looked over it. I said, "Oh, what are you playing?" And he said, "Oh, I'm playing New Leaf." So he just explained to me what it was like, and I was thought, "Oh, this sounds like a cracking laugh. I'm gonna get it." And now I've been addicted to it since.
Yes. It kind of helped when you was in the Skype call with us as well, and you had me kind of playing it as well, just like minding my own business, doing what it is I do in this game.
Yeah, it was just a general laugh, and then
Yeah.
And then after seeing Rob, Chatman and Emperix play it, I then took some considerate time to think, shall I give it a go or shall I not? Considering that I've not played the series before, I thought, fuck it, let's give it a go. And I actually think it's a lot better than I thought it would be. So for my first experience, it's a very good one at the moment.
Yeah,
I was going to say, what one piece of advice you would actually give to a newcomer to the series is that the game is incredibly open and it's an incredible time sink for the first couple of weeks or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely
Yes,
Well,
definitely.
You're desperate to get all the fossils and all the fish and all that.
And also, another piece of advice is if you're planning to download the game on the 3DS, make sure you got a ton of spaces open. It's over 6,000 blocks.
Yeah, just go buy the game from a shop. Simple.
Yeah.
That's
Or
what.
pre-order like me. Well,
Yeah,
not pre-order.
like
Order off Amazon.
I actually remember when Chapman, he was, I think before he actually bought it, he was just like, "Oh, Animal Crossing, I should get this," and it was like, and he pretty much downloaded it that same evening.
Yeah, that's what it was. It took me like 45 minutes to do, but yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, 45 minutes it took me to download.
So it was pretty much quick on the download.
Yeah.
But it started off as you come into your new town and you get gathered by a new committee with new villagers. And you just say, "Oh, you're the new mayor," and you're like, "Whoa, I'm the mayor of this town."
So you pretty much take control of the town as the mayor.
Yeah.
Well, that's amazing. Well, like from playing the past ones, like we both played the DS one. It's really good to be able to be the mayor or whatever on it.
Yeah, it was kind of necessary for Nintendo to make a change, to make a difference for the new Animal Crossing, because City Folk was, from what I could gather, it was pretty much a Wii version of Wild World. So obviously you can't just rehash the same game yet again and expect the same kind of success with it. You really got to change up a little bit, and the chance to act as mayor and actually make strong, significant changes and differences to your town is that's a real step up from the previous games.
And it's probably considered a major strong point for this particular installment in the series as well.
They advertised the hell out of it, so.
So yeah, throughout this discussion, we're going to be talking a few things. We've just talked about the history on how we got it. So now let's move on to the good things about Animal Crossing.
Well, we just said one, and that's being a mayor.
Yeah. So as you get to be the mayor, you get to rule your own town, and you get to You get to build things. You
Mhm.
you have your own villagers. You can walk around. You can hit rocks. You can cut down trees. You can do what you want, but you can't
But-
piss. No
Oh
piss.
yeah. Well, you could do a lot of that. Oh no, like cutting down trees and stuff before, but like yeah, getting like cool like monuments. Like what you built the. Wait, what?
I'm currently building a Stonehenge in my town at the minute.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Hmm.
You can pretty
And,
much make your own projects just to boost your town a little bit. At the moment, I'm
Yeah.
building a fence.
But,
I know
yeah,
it's not
yeah.
much, but it's for my
Yeah.
flower beds.
It
I
makes
mean, that's right.
okay. Makes your town more yours. Like on the
Yes.
on the DS one, I was like playing it, and they're like, you could still check on the quality of the town,
Hmm.
and I was like, why am I suddenly the one that has to make this town awesome? I'm just a villager. But now you're mayor, you're like, okay, I have
It
responsibility.
makes a lot more sense to
It
have
does,
that
yes.
position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can
Well, like-
customize it to your own like favoritism.
But, like-
Customize it to your heart's content, basically.
Yes, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, like loads of people got cool themes, like haunted town themes and stuff like that. Is
I
it?
know someone's got the Game of Thrones theme, which is from the TV show, the
Yeah.
series, the Game of Thrones.
What the heck?
It's okay, but not a fan of it. But yeah, throughout Animal Crossing, you get to like the previous games. You get to like catch bugs, catch fish, and hunt hunt down fossils. I'm dying slowly.
Hey,
Yeah.
while he's died, basically the amount of wildlife has been dramatically increased from the previous installments. So those who are like conservationists have a lot more fun in catching like sea animals, fish,
Yeah.
bugs. Basically, if you want to make your museum look amazing, just do that. Really,
Yeah.
that's what I personally find is a massive plus in my book. Is
Yeah.
trying to get all the stuff for the museum to make it like a really good education site.
Yeah.
One of the new features we actually thought was quite nifty, and I'm surprised it took them this long to implement it, was actually the ability to swim out into water and to actually dive for like deep sea creatures and other bits and pieces in there, which I thought was pretty nifty. It's a little bit limited, but then again, I suppose when you're that far out into the sea, you don't want to be swimming too far, so.
Yeah,
No.
it's good
Yeah,
that it's good that it's got some boundary towards it. 'Cause you don't want to be swimming off and then you land up in the Pacific or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good to have like a selection of stuff. I think there's like 50 for the fossils.
There's more than that, isn't there?
Is it 8? Oh no, not 8. I was gonna say 80, but I'm not sure. I don't know.
It's somewhere around
I
that
don't
much.
think it's that many, no.
I think it's between like 50 or 60 or something like that. But you can only get like 3 to 4 a day. So
I think
Sorry, carry on.
that's all right. I think on New Leaf, on previous games, it was only 3 fossils a day, but on New Leaf, it's 4. It may be 4 on City Folk as well. I'm not sure, so don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
Another major plus in my book is the visuals on the 3DS. 3D and non-3D look absolutely gorgeous.
So I always forget the game has 3D, but then when you put it on, I don't know, it makes the town quite nice to be in. I think. Well,
I
don't know,
think it looks nice
gives
with
it-
the layer rotation effect as well.
Yeah. It gives it a nice feel. I think it's not like, oh my god, 3D. It's just nice.
it's
Yeah,
just a nicer little outcome to it, isn't it? Like nice
Yeah.
little effect while you playing it.
It just gives more depth to the town and like give more of a sense of being there-ish.
I've got to admit,
yeah.
I got to admit, I don't really use the 3D at all on this
Yeah.
game. To be honest, that pretty much goes for every single 3DS game I own.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, I'm the same with that. But
No.
when you become mayor, you can also get tools. When I'm guessing you used the tools in the previous Animal Cross game.
you get tools in the previous Animal Crossing games, yes.
Yeah, so you get tools and you get to upgrade them to silver and gold, don't you?
Yeah.
If I'm correct, isn't New Leaf the first Animal Crossing to get the upgrade, or have previous installments done that?
No, previous installments have done that as well.
Yeah,
okay.
the very first one, you could bury a shovel for a day and you get a golden shovel, I think.
That's how you got the golden shovel then, but that's obviously changed since then.
Yeah.
That's pretty game breaking, actually.
And the good thing I like about Animal Crossing is the stores that you go up. So when you go up, you get...
It's an incredible improvement over the previous games.
Yeah. But like before wherever the Tom Nook shop is, it was anywhere, but now it's more specific. The only place that's sort of wherever it comes is the recycling shop, whatever it's called.
Yeah, the
retail.
Yeah, retail, that place. It's like that's the only place that's random, really, apart from like other people's houses.
That's only like randomly placed in your town. When you've got all the shops that are just like all lined together.
Yeah,
that's really good.
You've got yourself like a proper town centre.
Yeah. That's mostly based, and you can also upgrade your shops as well to get more things as you progress on.
Upgrade your shops, get new shops built, as time goes on.
Yeah.
Well, you also get new features requested by townspeople as well during the course of playing the game, and depending how far your town development goes as well.
I think it's quite nice with like you can unlock like the Shampoodle hairdresser place or whatever. But like that is from how much you spend at the clothes shop, which I think it's like if you just play how you want and then you get rewarded for it. So like if you like all the clothes at the shop, then you like always buy a lot of that.
No,
then
that's fair enough.
It rewards you for doing.
Yeah, if you're gonna go hardcore over it and you know how to unlock stuff, then you are gonna unlock a good portion of what's necessary within 2 weeks or so.
Yeah, like. Well, all of us try to unlock every shop and stuff, but I don't know. Some of the casual people, like I'd say, it's quite well. I don't know. For casual people, if they're like doing the fashion stuff or whatever, then they get rewarded for doing it and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's good. There was like two things. Like I think that more Animal Crossing New Leaf can be more. I was going to say beneficial, but more advantage to people who can like draw and design more stuff, like clothes and.
It gives a lot more customization like options.
Yeah.
As like people with pavements in their town and
I can do I can do that sort of thing. I can only draw like stick men and that's it, and I'm not going to be very good for shirts, so I'm just going to.
I think on Chatman's point, actually, I think it would be nice to have like other texture themes as well for like t-shirts, but like in case people can't draw or. If people just want a more variety, a range of different patterns, it would just be nice to have that option and just not just be left with the option to draw, because some people just may not be able to draw unlike others.
But there's you can get that what is it? The scanner
QR
thing.
The QR scanner, yes.
Yeah, which you can get ones offline for, which is quite nice.
I mean, I've looked online for people's designs, and there are a lot of fantastic designs out there. Personally speaking, I've not downloaded any myself because I actually prefer to design my own stuff, but I can appreciate the work that people put into these designs.
Yeah. It's nice to see that people are doing like really nice designs towards shirts and all that.
And now with past ones, you could like this. You can do pro designs where you can like customize. Certain sleeves. But before
I've seen that. I haven't tried it yet.
Before you only had the one square, which affected all the sleeves and stuff. So it looked like you'd have like one image, and then it would be multiple on the sleeves and on the back, which looks really silly.
It makes the shirts a lot more unique.
Yeah. But like mine and Joe's ones are really different, yet they're both customized and stuff.
Indeed, yes.
Yeah.
I'm quite fond of my pro shirt. For those of you that I don't know if you can see it or not, but I've designed the Great Britain team shirt from the London 2012 Olympics.
One.
That's the one, yes.
That's a really nice shirt.
I'm actually really proud of that t-shirt. It took me a long time to recreate that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like going back to the town, do you think like 10 villages were enough to be in your town?
Yeah, I don't know.
Sorry, McDaz, carry on.
Maybe it's too much. I don't know. What was the max limit before? I don't remember.
I think before it was 8.
Yeah.
I don't remember off the top of my head, but I think it was 8 at the time.
I think it's 9 plus a camper. You can.
No, you can have 10 houses, I think. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah,
I think-
10. You got 10 houses like of permanent residents.
Yeah, and then a
And
camper.
obviously you got your one camper there, which I don't have in my town at the minute.
Yeah. They
But
just,
that is a quite nice feature I'll talk about later.
yeah.
I think
yeah.
around 8 residents, considering the size of the hub world, which is something that I will get onto later on, is probably more suitable than 10, because I think it crowds it a bit too much, along with the trees and other crap that you're building in the hub world itself.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
At least that's
it's
the
not-
way that I see it.
Okay.
It's not too bad, I think. But yeah, I do understand how you feel it's a bit cramped on it.
It's at least from my perspective anyway, it slightly limits your scope for customization. But in my town, most of the houses, they're pretty much close together, so we've got ourselves like literally a circle of residents in pretty much the center of my town, leaving but the outer parts of the town pretty much free for me to customize how I choose. So for my town, at the very least, that's all right.
Yeah, it does get a bit cluster with all the trees there, and you have to like.
But at least you can sort out the trees by chopping them down and planting which ones you want where.
Yeah, that's fair enough. So you can dig them all of that. But now moving on, the island has been brought back from City Folk, I think it is.
The island actually originated in Animal Crossing for the GameCube. And I think I'm not sure. I could be wrong. Animal Crossing for the N64, but I'm probably wrong from that because there wouldn't have been a Game Boy connectivity for the N64, so it probably originated on the GameCube.
Yes.
Wasn't the GameCube one a remastered version of the N64, or is that a completely different installment?
Nope, you are right. It is a remastered version of the N64 game.
I thought it was.
We didn't get the N64 one, did we?
No, we didn't get the N64 one. No.
Yeah.
I think when Japan wanted to internationalize the GameCube Animal Crossing, I think what they did, I don't know if this is true or not, but I think they experimented with it by first releasing it in Australia.
Ah, interesting.
Okay, so going to the island, what do you guys think of it? Did you think it was like a really good idea, bad idea?
Lots of money.
The island is very unique in several ways. One, you can build the majority of your money there. There's a variety of species of bugs, fish you can catch to fill up your encyclopedia. And 3, you can do the various tours, which you can get loads of medals to get exclusive content from the island. But fuck the golden stags.
No, well, we knew this would come onto this.
Yeah. Oh,
I'll get to that point later.
Yeah.
Some bugs are annoying, but we'll talk about that in the bad point.
We'll get...
I know, like with the island, the ones before you couldn't catch bugs on it, I think, couldn't you?
Yes.
I'm not sure.
You can catch some bugs on it, yeah.
Yeah, but like this one's amazing.
That's about it.
There was only a limited range, I think.
Yeah. I know this one's really good for getting bugs and sharks and stuff, and I like as well. It's always summer there, so
it's got a nice little sunset theme towards it. But when it comes to like round about 7 o'clock at night, it just changed to evening, which is nice. It's like a transition sort of thing, so that's really nice.
Yeah, but like one thing is like with the seasons, if you miss something in the summer, then you have to wait till the next summer to get like the fish that is only in the summer. But luckily, like with the island, it's always summer there, so if you miss something in the summer, then amount of times I said summer, count it.
You always get that extra chance to get it.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the island myself because, but once again, going back to City Folk, the idea of introducing a town centre, that kind of spiced things up a bit from Wild World. And now, obviously, we got the island introduced in New Leaf. That's stepped it up a little bit further and made New Leaf an evolution, obviously, for Wild World and City Folk. So yeah, I quite enjoy the island and all the additions that it brings, all the tours, which are essentially mini games. But there are a lot of fun, and they can be rewarding if you do them properly. And
if you do them properly, they can be very well worth it.
It can be beneficial towards you, but there is some tours that we don't like. But we'll go on to that in a little bit.
The mates can go fuck themselves.
Yeah, there's some like like we all like the island, but what do you think of the event plaza in the middle of your town? You know, you get when you go to your town, you get the event plaza.
The event plaza.
Never had. Sorry, Joe. Carry on.
That's all right. The event plaza for me, it's not a particularly I can't quite think of the word. I don't want to say useful because it's all right. It's there as a necessity for when things happen during the week. You know, you got your Crazy Red tent, and you got Katrina tent as well. So you got whenever you know something's happening in town, you know it's going to happen there.
Yeah, so you've got it's like one place that you could just go in and check there, but you have to be like
like a market square in actual town centre. You know something's going to happen there.
Yeah. And one of them's not a fight. No, not really. Right. Anyways,
at least not till next year when Smash Bros. 4 comes out.
Alright, so now we've talked about the good things that we like. We're going to move on to the bad things.
There's too many more good things to talk about.
Yeah, there's a lot more good things to talk about. Basically, we love the game quite a lot.
Yes, the game is good. It's fantastic.
So now we're going to go on to the bad things. So is there any bad points towards it that you want to throw out there?
I think the online mode can be very finicky at times.
Oh, is that the Islands one?
Well, just in general, because sometimes you can have a multiplayer online game which runs fine, the frame rate is smooth, fantastic, it could be 5 minutes, 45 minutes, it crashes all of a sudden.
Bang. Yeah.
Or it just goes through a massive frame lag. I don't know why it causes this, but it's just very unpredictable. At least that's what I've experienced.
Well, the online connection can be a bit on and off sometimes, that's the thing.
I don't know if it matters on your internet or not, or I don't know if it goes by a hosting system, like what town you're in is whoever's internet they're hosting or whatever. I don't know.
It might be, I'm not sure. But
with the online on the online on the island, you can like meet random people and stuff. But I don't know, you can't really talk to them much because you have to use the
on-screen keyboard.
Yeah, that thing. And it's like really limited.
You know, I've never actually gone online like to meet other people on the island. I've literally just gone on my own or with you guys.
I've actually done it once.
Yeah, I've done it.
Is it any good?
Yeah. Is it any good?
I know, you see someone.
It's pretty much the same as we would do like a local best friends Wi-Fi game. The only difference is you can find out a little bit more of their information to a certain extent, like their medals, their Dream Suit ID, but you can't do any trades unless you actually get their Nintendo 3DS code. So interaction to that perspective is limited in terms of like trading and communication.
It's
probably just as well, really, because that seems to be the Nintendo standard for things. You try and keep things safe for everybody.
Yeah. For security reasons.
That's fair enough, actually.
Which is fair enough.
Kappa or whatever. Who's the boat dude?
Kappa.
Yeah,
Kappa.
He does warn you about using good language before you go online or whatever.
Oh, I already broke that rule twice.
But like, I don't know, whenever I went on there twice and I saw someone, I'm always like, you better not ruin my bug hunts and stuff like that. Or like, I don't know, I just don't really want to talk to them at all. But
I'm actually really surprised because going to the bad language thing and everything. With my experience with Wild World, if you swore, it was actually censored. It was actually really good for that.
Really?
But really?
Wow.
As in when you type it, or
yes, if you typed fuck, shit, whatever.
Include all these for this video.
Yes, it would come up as asterisks on the screen.
And
I'm actually really surprised about New Leaf because it doesn't censor anything at all. I could write out the word bollocks and you would see it on your screen.
You'll probably do it right now.
Or I could write the word twat.
Yes.
I've
and
just
it will
done
show
it.
And yes, twat is a swear word in the United Kingdom, in case anyone wants to know that.
If any Americans or whatever are watching.
Yeah, but so some like the online stuff is it's hit and miss sometimes. Some of the bugs we've experienced when we've been going on the bug hunt on the island. there is some of the bugs that can be hit and miss. And I know Icy's going to go on about this, and this is going to be the golden stag.
Right.
Yeah.
The golden stag is the biggest offender. The reason why is they are incredibly skittish. Literally, you don't need to be on the game screen. Now, I don't know if there's a set boundary or parameter before you scare them off, but literally, you only need to be 1 pixel before they go, oh fuck, here he comes, I'm out.
Yeah.
And
It's
then
like
you just want to throw your 3DS.
the edge of your screen touches like the top leaf of that palm tree. Run away!
And the amount of horned dynasties and fruit beetles that get fucking spawned everywhere as well.
Yeah. But I don't know, it adds a difficulty, but yeah.
Yeah.
A bit too. Yeah, okay. Wait.
So, I was going to say, I've got to admit, I've not had too much trouble with golden stags. I just sort of, because I know the layout of my island now, I know where absolutely every single tree is. So when I approach like a pair of trees, which I know I can't see from the bottom of the screen, I just sort of approach it with caution. Like I just sort of walk, a step at a time, just to make sure I don't scare anything off. And if I see anything there, right, I'll get me now, and I start, creeping towards it, which I think is actually a neat feature. I think it's actually new to New Leaf, actually, where you hold A and you just slowly creep towards it.
Yeah, that is, yeah, I don't know if it is. We haven't played the Wii version or what is it called? Town
City
or-
Folk.
Yeah, we don't know what has gone from that to the 3DS one, so yeah.
So
but yeah, I really liked being able to go really slow and catch the bug.
It gives out the advantage to you to get the bug, but I'm guessing with the golden stags, because they're probably worth so much, they're like very skittish sort of thing.
They want to kind of make you work for your money.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
I just think sometimes with some of the more difficult bugs that some of their parameters can be unpredictable at times, and the slightest skittish move can set it off.
Okay.
Well, from my island, I watched someone online to talk about it, and I done the thing where you cut out all the bottom trees, so you only have the top ones. It kind of helps with golden stags or whatever, because you can see them from miles off without being in the bottom left corner.
That's pretty good, actually. I never actually thought of that. I should implement that, because I cut down all the ordinary trees that were on the grass to prevent worthless beetles appearing and butterflies and God knows what else.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. Is there any? Would you say there's any bad points in the hometown that you have? Is there any bad points in it?
I got people I don't want in my town.
I think that's with everyone. To be
that's unfortunately that's going to be a natural part of the game. I had someone that I didn't like in my town, but she's left now, so I've got a 100% satisfaction rating as far as citizens is concerned.
I don't think there's anything bad, but my only personal nitpick is obviously how small the hub world is, considering the amount of like buildings, projects, and shit that's going on in the actual hub world itself. I personally think it could be a bit more bigger than to how it is now.
Perhaps
I do get that.
Tiny bit, yeah.
Yeah, a teeny tiny bit.
But it's not like a major issue or anything.
No, there's one thing that I might nitpick as well. When you come to the building stuff, I think it's just with me that every time I just like want to build something, it's like I'll build this bench like 3 times, and then it was just like it won't go away. I'm just like, look, I've got 3 benches in my town. How many benches do you want? I'm just like, it's just annoying.
Oh, what is that?
Okay, okay, I'm actually going to bring this point forward. You and I have actually discussed this numerous times before.
Yes, okay.
It's not that they don't, want X amount of benches or X amount of street lamps. The option is actually there for you to build as many as you like.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want it to get rid of, so I ticked it off.
You don't have to build it.
Yeah, I know. I just want it ticked off my list, sort of thing.
It's sort of just like I don't know, like when you buy furniture at Tom Nook place, or no, not Tom Nook. What is it?
No, not Tom Nook anymore.
Yeah, not that. And then as you buy it, it goes in the catalog.
I don't mind that.
It's sort of like that, but like when people recommend it, it's in your catalog now, and you can bit.
I mean, once they recommend it, it's I don't know if it's the same for like the some of the bigger items like the PlayStation or Stonehenge or anything like that, it's probably not. They probably get ticked off. But for things like benches, clocks, fences, street lamps, something, especially street lamps, you're gonna want more than one. I mean, you could build one, put it in a random place, and what good's that gonna do? I mean, you got people like myself who have built pathways all over their town just to prevent their grass from getting fucked.
Yeah.
And if you want to make it look a little bit more offensive, you'd put streetlights along it, and that's going to be one of my next projects actually for my town.
Yeah, I'm doing currently doing some flooring around my town for the grass as well. Just having some flooring. I might just maybe do some more street lamps and might do some more stuff around it, like clocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is actually on the subject of bad things about New Leaf, grass degradation. I hate that.
Degradation.
Yes.
Christ, that does my head in. And in case people want to know what that is, degradation is a technical term for environmental deterioration.
Yes.
Carry on.
This was, thank you.
Bring in the science.
This was a feature that was actually implemented in City Folk again. It wasn't actually meant to be as bad as Nintendo. It wasn't actually meant to be as bad as I thought it would be. The original intention was that people probably travelled in the same directions, in the same spaces in their town. So you have a bit of grass degradation. Eventually, it just wears out, and you got yourself these little natural kind of rustic pathways that you can just simply follow. But unfortunately, they didn't take into account the fact that sometimes you may be running all over town because you're running away from bees or something like that, it just kind of got out of hand. So why that's still here in New Leaf is beyond me, but
yeah, that's fair enough. Okay, I think that's all the bad points covered. Anyone else?
I got one, and that is where I played the GameCube one ages ago when I was young, and in that you could dig up NES consoles.
Oh, yeah, I remember that feature. I actually do have. I do actually have the GameCube version, but I played it once, but I found it a bit too constrictive compared to what world. So I just sort of.
I know you can dig up Peach's parasol, and that's it in the game.
Yeah, well, in the old ones, you could dig up a nest with a game in it. So I had I had Excite Bike, so I could play that.
That's pretty cool.
You could actually transfer the NES game from the GameCube to a Game Boy Advance and keep it in the.
Could you?
Yeah, you could. You could keep it in the GBA's temporary memory.
Oh, that's badass.
Yeah,
that's awesome. I didn't know that.
And I had Donkey Kong Jr. as well. It's like the maths one or whatever it is, but yeah, that is badass. But I get why they don't have it here because of the virtual console and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's kind of unnecessary now.
It's like Excite Bike, you can buy it. No, get it free in Animal Crossing. Fuck that.
Yeah. I just want to mention something going back to the good points. I know it's kind of contradictory, but the good thing I like about it, there's one of the stores you can get these fortune cookies.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, if you get I think it's 200. If you get 2 play coins, which is 200 steps.
Yeah.
You can get a fortune cookie and it opens up. I think there's only 46. There's 4 bad ones and there's 42 good ones.
It seems like there's a lot more bad ones than the amount I've got.
Yeah, I think that's just luck though. But
you do get good stuff from the bad though.
I get more good stuff than bad.
No, look, in the bad ones, I get furniture that I actually keep.
Yeah, when you get a dodgy fortune cookie, you get a consolation prize, which is something quite decent anyway. So
yeah, it's nice.
But it's just something rewarding for your 200 steps, which may have been difficult.
You've lost that much weight. Here's a bookshelf.
Yeah, but the fortune
is on a bookshelf.
But the fortune cookies were always good.
Balance board.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the fortune cookies were good. You get all Nintendo sort of stuff. Like you could get the Master Sword from Legend of Zelda. You could get Pikmin. You can get
Metroids.
You get Metroid. You get Mario. You get Donkey Kong. You get
Star Fox, F-Zero.
Yeah, you can actually get real life Nintendo items like the Virtual Boy or the Wii Balance Board.
Yeah.
That's good.
Everyone loved the Virtual Boy.
Yeah, it's just nice little add-ons where you can add it to the museum later. But yeah, I'm guessing that's all the bad stuff covered. And yeah, and anyone else want to mention anything?
It's
In the
bloody
next
hard to
game,
breed
make golden
flowers.
stags easy to catch.
What, breed flowers?
It's bloody hard. It takes forever.
I know. Mine. Yeah, I'm just put it down. Hope it does something.
Yeah, I'm
Just
like that.
go flowers. Something.
You just
to
shut the
cover.
door, pull the curtains, and let them do their thing.
Turn on,
Oh, did you
turn on the
mention something
sexy
about the
KK
fish?
spider music.
No, I mentioned about make golden stags easy if they do another Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I'm guessing. All right. So,
Fish are fine.
Actually,
they're
there
used.
is one.
fine.
There is one more bad point I'd like to bring up. It's not an absolutely major point because I can kind of understand why they've done it. Again, I don't know about City Folk. I'm going back to Wild World here. But turnip prices. There seems to be a lot of. There seems to be less emphasis on them this time. In Wild World, they were reasonably cheap to buy, and as a result, you could say if you bought them for 66 bells for 10 turnips each, you could easily sell them off for a good profit at say like 140 bells for each one.
Yeah.
So that was all right. But in New Leaf, turnips are now incredibly expensive. It kind of puts emphasis on selling them. It really dampens it down. It's like obviously the game's trying to encourage you to explore new ways of making money. For example, the island.
The island is pretty much the biggest profit
Yeah.
gimmick in New Leaf.
I mean,
Yeah.
you still can make a considerable amount of money with turnip prices in New Leaf, but it's just not as much as the previous installments.
okay,
Yeah.
that's fair enough.
I never really done that before, and then I saw it in this, and I was like, I'll have a go, and I was like, this is stupid, and then I've never done it.
I actually heavily dabbled in the turnip market in Wild World. In fact, I made so much money at some point that I held like Mario Kart tournaments online for people on the Nintendo forum, and I gave away 1 million bells to the winner.
Holy shit!
If only I knew that.
Yeah.
I would like 100
That's
bells
how
for
easy it
100
was to make money in Wild World.
Wow, that's
Right.
unreal. So
And I
now-
thought action replay was the easy way out.
yeah, move.
Well, one way I got money in that, which completely ruined everything, was put money in my bank, skip to like 500
No.
years ahead. 1 million weeds in my town. Yeah.
Very bad.
Wow.
Oh, I had the money.
Talking
I'm
about
happy.
I'm tempted to boot up Wild World, but I'm afraid at the same time.
Yeah. We understand what you mean.
Yeah. No, that's one nice thing is well, it's a good point, not a bad point. Is what is it? What is it when you can set like beautiful town or early bird? What's that again?
The
Ordinances.
Yeah,
Yes, that's
like
a good thing.
yeah. I seriously can't be bothered with flowers at all, and I'm like, oh, there's a dying flower, just kill it and
Yeah.
not try. I don't want a watering. I never touch a watering can,
Yeah.
so I'm like, okay, beautiful town,
So
screw
yeah,
flowers.
beautiful town is more going to the ordinance. The more you get free, you get beautiful town, which
Basically trying to improve the aesthetics of your town. Just
Yeah.
get your animal neighbours as the slaves to plant the flowers and do all the shit for you.
yeah, and
it
you can
ma-
also
doesn't-
benefit to the getting the gold watering can as well.
Yeah, but does it
Yeah.
make
That's-
trees grow faster as well?
And the weeds and clover leaf growth
yeah,
rate
there's
degenerates as well.
Yeah, there's less weeds in your town and stuff like that. But if you're going for a 4-leaf clover, then
Yeah, don't
less
use that.
weeds, no 4-leaf clover.
I was extremely lucky to get one of them, and I had
Yeah,
the ordinance on at the time.
Yeah,
Well, let's
yeah.
be honest, you'd have to be extremely lucky to find a real one anyway.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, so we've moved on from bad. Now we're going to go on to the any improvements we think that we could have made. So
Kick
is there
people out.
any improvements?
Be able to kick people out. You're a mayor.
Yeah.
And
There-
and one
You
thing
should
is
have more power as the position of the mayor. I
Yeah.
think there's only a certain amount of stuff you can do, which I personally think is
Well,
probably
compared-
the same as a villager could probably do to a certain extent.
I know it's compared to the first Animal Crossing, you couldn't even pick the location of where your house was. Like you had 4 houses in the middle of your town, and
Yeah.
that's for 4 people. And like in the DS one, you could at least have it wherever in the town. But this, you can pick it and stuff. So I know it's quite a lot of choice compared to the first one. But
Oh yeah.
I would like the choice of to kick people out and also actually make them pay for like what? Okay, we're gonna build something. every village in your town put 100 bells. Okay, I better pay the
Yes, I'm with you on
200,000
that
that.
one.
Hmm.
Like, everyone else is, like, busy walking about your town doing nothing.
Yeah, some people, like, some of your villages are doing fishing, some of your villages are
Yeah,
catching.
yeah.
Also,
Yeah, go
Give
on,
more,
Ice.
give more
Also-
money for projects. That's what I want.
a personal thing that I would like to see, particularly on the conservationist side, is you've got the bugs, you've got the sea animals, and you've got the fish. But I would also like to see mammals, birds, reptiles. It's a variety of different animal categories in the animal kingdom, and if you're
Yeah.
a conservationist, it gives you that bigger opportunity to try and
There-
maybe get a bigger
Are you
museum.
going to go see a lion or something come to your town?
Well, you never
You're
know.
gonna try
You
and catch that with your net.
Out the zoo.
Yeah.
You can get a tranquilizer and shoot it in the head, and then
That-
catch it and say,
that'd be-
"Holy shit, I caught a lion!"
That would be kind of odd to see, like, like your deer villager stood next to a real life deer. You're like, I'm gonna catch that. I'm gonna catch your sister. Captivity. But
Or you just get the lion villager,
Yeah,
see
yeah.
a real deer, and the real deer shits itself.
Yeah, that's fair. There's one thing
No,
that
but
the one
there
thing
is one
I
thing. Wait, sorry, but
blah,
there is
blah,
one.
blah, blah.
Sorry, but no. Mentioning with all the weird cross, you can catch frogs still, but have frog villages and shit like that, and like have octopuses, and you can have them in your town. You're like, I've just caught your son.
Oh, that reminds me of a picture that I saw online one time. It was a four-step. It was a four-step picture, and on the first
Yeah,
picture,
yeah.
it says the premium item is frog, and and one of the bottom pictures is like this villager is a frog, and you see the player's character hiding behind a tree with an axe in his hand,
That's pretty good.
and it does that extreme close-up to the killer's face. It's like
Yeah,
dun
yeah.
dun dun.
The thing
Brilliant.
that I think that they could have improved on is requests, and I think everyone's going to agree with.
What, more requests?
No,
or
not
like
more.
easier, or
Yeah, easier requests like
to get,
yeah,
or like, yeah, but I'm like, I want a Zen like lamp or something. What is it? Zen lights or whatever. The
And a
Japanese.
street lamp, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's like I want that, but there's no way of saying, yeah, I request this or something like that.
yeah, you have to like
Just
yeah,
gotta wait, basically.
Yeah,
it's like trying to get the police station is like one of the hardest things.
A lot of people do want the police station. I don't think they want it just for the police station. They just want to see either Booker or Copper.
yeah.
Yeah,
I was like, where are they in this game? And I got a police station. I was like, yeah, Booker.
No, it's just the fact is that you, with the benefits of the police station, you can also find out if certain special characters come into your town, like the
Crazy
decorator. Like not
Crazy
I've always
Red.
known as Crazy Red. He trolled me twice, and I want to know when he comes round.
No.
That would be another thing, is when you know when a particular character
think they-
is coming to the hub world.
I think they do let you know. Yeah, I think they do. I'm not.
I do recollect that's one of the things they do as well. Yeah.
Is let you know. I think it's like one is they let you know where Gulliver is, and I think it's Katrina, like the decorator deer.
Oh yeah.
And many more. Phineas the bear, where you can get badges, like going back to the collecting the bugs, fish, and the fossils.
I like the badges actually because it gives you a chance to kind of show off what kind of Animal Crossing player you are.
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
Another way of rewarding you for how you play.
Mm.
Unless you're like us, where you're like, every badge!
Yeah. There was one thing.
Give me your badges.
You have to, with Animal Crossing, let's come to the end of the video, when you have to be very patient with it, but sometimes people can use the time travel.
Yeah, but that can cack up in some ways.
Incredibly badly.
Yeah.
If you screw it up, it can cost you big time.
Oh, well,
As someone me and Rob know, he's done it, and it's cacked up his town, so...
I haven't done it, so I'm not...
No, it's Zai, or whatever.
So one thing that is particularly bad with Animal Crossing, and time traveling, I should have said, if you've bought turnips and you go forward in time and then you go back to the present day, you will find that your turnips have rotted and you cannot sell them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's sometimes time traveling can be a bit to disadvantage to you, can't it?
But
Time
I
travel
think,
is a dangerous gimmick to use. It's
Like,
very difficult to get right, but it's very easy to fuck up
but it's like a
badly.
manipulation of the system and stuff like that. Isn't it?
Mm.
But I'd say no time traveling unless you're a suicidal idiot. and
Yeah,
Don't
I'm
really
not.
don't really
I-
care for your town.
Very much so. Yes.
Yeah.
There is actually. I want to go back
Yeah,
to.
wait. Yeah, continue. Sorry. uh,
Because
okay,
I want to go back to a certain bad point that I thought about the game that kind of I don't understand why it was implemented, but on one side probably, but and that was dear old Mr. Rossetti.
yeah.
Mm.
Now, for those of you who don't know or probably haven't had the opportunity to find him yet, he appears in your town if you switch off the game without saving. He pretty much, well, for the first couple of times, he doesn't like go too heavy-handed on you, but he
Yeah.
does tell you, you've got to save, stop resetting,
He pretty
save.
much gives you a barking.
Pretty much, yeah. But for the first couple of times, he's all right with you. He just gives you like a little talking to. But obviously,
Yeah.
the more times you don't save, the angrier he gets. Apparently, this scared a lot of. I think it was just like Japanese girls. He was actually
What?
instilling the fear of God
Oh,
into
I
them.
think I might have heard this.
What is?
Yes. And for New Leaf, he was actually made optional, which I thought to myself, well, that kind of defeats the point of him being there.
Yeah.
So, what was this all about?
Reset is very, very angry. He gets angry when you don't save your game. He will get progressively angry. And if it gets to a point where if you don't save so many times, he'll just delete your town outright, and you've got to start right from the beginning again. But when he's having a go at you, you cannot continue your game until he's finished talking to you. There will be situations where you have to type out, "I'm sorry," and he won't believe you, and you have to type it out again, and again, and again, and again.
Bloody hell!
He
Oh.
will punish you for not saving, and apparently a lot of I don't want to sound sexist here because that's pretty much what I'd read, but a lot of female gamers didn't like it. They kind of like it literally made them fearful as well. So
I can understand why. Christ.
Bloody hell!
you really don't want to fuck with Rossetti. If he tells you to save, you save.
Yeah,
And that's the idea behind him, is that it's to encourage you to save, not to forget. And they took him out, not permanently. They made him optional in New Leaf, which I thought kind of defeated the point, really. So
yeah. It does sound kind of like freaky sort of thing.
very.
Yeah.
I'll be punching him more
missed,
times than Smash Bros. Brawl then.
I missed him quite. Like, I don't know. I've always liked him. I don't know. Not liked. I don't know. When I played it and then I turned it off and nothing happened really. I was like, "Where's Rossetti gone?" I don't know.
Right.
Here, first time you don't save, it's just like, oh, by the way, yeah, you forgot to save, but the economy's in shit, so we haven't got our reset center anymore. Build it for me if you like.
Yeah. As everyone in your town, the freaking museum. We ain't got nothing. Ain't got any money. Yeah, pay for everything.
Yeah. Fair enough. So now we're coming up to the end of the video. We're going to say, right, we're going to give it the game a rating out of 10. Would recommend you to buy it. So, I'm going to start off. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. To be honest, I've loved the game. If you're very patient, you're going to love it and you're going to enjoy it. So, from Chatman, it's a 10 out of 10. I'm going to go to Icy.
For me, I would rate it an 8 out of 10. It's an experience definitely worth going through, but you need commitment, time, and
Patience.
make sure you read up what you need to know what to do first.
Yeah.
If you want to get the best out of everything.
Yeah, well,
Research.
like, yeah, if you really want to get everything in the game, then look it up and stuff.
Yeah, research can be beneficial to some aspects of the game.
But if you're casual, then that doesn't matter, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's just mainly to the hardcore audience.
Yeah,
but
like,
some casual may go to that approach.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll just play the way they want. But okay, I'll give it. I don't know. Can I give it a 9.5 out of 10?
You can give it a 9.5.
Okay, yeah, I'll give it that. It's like almost like the perfect game, really. I think. Well, it's not like ultimately hardcore, but I don't know. All the people like you can find like what is it? I don't know, but like all the casual people could play it and have fun as well as like us. Like we always finally.
Because there's
we
always
got
something new to add to the table each session you play.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like you like you can treat it however you want. Like some people can be like, oh, I want to pick up the cherries and eat them. Or like we're like, gotta get the golden stags, sell those, get the money, build the next thing, and like that. You gotta like try to get everything.
It's a game
Like-
for everyone, isn't it?
Yeah, like
Absolutely.
it's whatever you make of it. I think so. I don't know, it's almost essential for 3DS. I think for most people.
All right, fair enough. So 9 out of 5, 9.5.
9.5 out of 10 for me.
Yep, from Darius. And finally, Emperix.
I would actually give this game an 8 out of 10. I've already highlighted all the flaws that I think with this game, which make it far from being perfect. However, the improvements and the new additions, it pretty much steps it up from both Wild World and City Folk. I mean,
Yeah.
if you've played City Folk hardcore, you probably won't want to go to New Leaf anytime soon, because with absolutely every single Animal Crossing game, to get the most out of it, to get everything new out of it, you have to play it for a year straight.
Yeah.
And then after that, it pretty much, there's nothing new left to go. So you kind of find yourself just dipping in every once in a while, and you just won't play it again. So if you've gone hardcore with one Animal Crossing for a year, you won't want to go to a new one anytime soon. So that's why I've given this an 8. If I'd have gone straight from City Folk to New Leaf, I probably would have given this a 7. But my last Animal Crossing that I played hardcore was Wild World. So
yeah, that's fair enough. So we're going to give it this total of 35.5 out of 40. But if you wanted to start the series, we would recommend this game. Is that correct? Would you recommend this game as a little start off for Animal Crossing?
It's good for anyone that wants to get back into it. Like, there's a lot of people who didn't play the Wii one.
Yeah, if anyone wants to get back into it, we recommend this version.
And anyone new, definitely
anyone
get
new.
it.
If anyone wants to try something new, this was the game to go.
So it's
for.
basically a welcome title for veterans and newcomers to the series as a whole.
Yeah. Well, there's two things we recommend. One, you don't want to download it from the 3DS because it costs more. So, number
Like
two,
I mentioned, it takes a shit ton of space.
You only get like convenience of like not having a cartridge if you download it.
Yeah, that's the pro of it.
And two, just recommend to go buy it as like a box with the cartridge, but wait until the price goes down a bit.
Well, to be fair, in its defense, it is actually cheap enough, full price. I mean, I think I bought it for... No, I actually bought it from Tesco for $29.99.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'd say full price is good for the game.
Yeah. So buy the cartridge version, don't download it. Okay, and that's the end of our discussion video. We hope you enjoyed it. We thank you, Emperix, for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It was a blast.
Yeah,
No problem.
It's been a lot. So, for finishing it all off, I'm Chatman9.
I'm Icy Altair, Barrett Sega.
I'm that guy.
Called McGaddis.
There you go, I was going to say that Rob will say the name of.
Thanks, mate. And our guest star.
I'm Emperix. Support Team GB, baby.
Okay, and we'll see you
Clap
guys.
our guest.
We'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.